भैया जा रहे हो ना बाहर?
नहीं नहीं, 1 मिनट रुक जाओ।
Delhi High Court bench and Madhya Pradesh High Court bench. After retirement, he is actively involved in social activities. Shri Anup Mudgal. He is retired IFS officer. Last posting he was High Commissioner in Mauritius. Before that, he was Consul General in Munich and DPR in UN in IAA, Vienna. Anupji.
And he has filed several KLs on education and health issues, especially on workers' issues. We welcome him. Ms. Sita Sharma, she is National Project Coordinator, ILO, expert in South Asia and Middle East, and nowadays she is looking after international projects on immigration from India perspective. हमारे पहले स्पीकर इज मिस्टर सूर्य नारायण. He is Under Secretary Director General of India dealing with immigration and all the legal aspects of these problems. मैं भास्कर कुलकर्णी से प्रार्थना करूंगा कि वो मंच पर आकर वक्ताओं का स्वागत करें. भास्कर जी श्री गर्ग जी का स्वागत करेंगे. भावना जी से प्रार्थना है कि वो सूर्य नारायण जी का स्वागत करें. ज्योतिका कालरा जी से प्रार्थना है कि वो इंडस्ट्रियल म्यूजिकल का स्वागत करें. भावना शर्मा से प्रार्थना है कि वो सीता जी का स्वागत करें. और राजेश गोगना जी से मैं प्रार्थना करूंगा कि वो अशोक अग्रवाल जी का स्वागत करें. Friends, today's symposium is very important, and I would first ask Shri Surya Narayan ji to come and give us details about the problems and solutions faced by immigrants. Surya Narayan ji.
Good morning to all, and I thank Mr. Rajesh Gogna for giving me this opportunity. In the Ministry of External Affairs, I am working in the Project Protector General of Immigrants Division for the past 5 years, dealing with the problems of the immigrants. Every year, lakhs of persons are going to, mainly to Gulf countries, for all types of work. whether it's a blue collar job or whether it's a white collar job. So everybody is going with a dream. And everybody is having problems also, the same. Because we are seeing the one side of the coin, but we are not seeing the other side of the coin. That other side of the coin, the people are going there to earn money. Okay, that is the main object of the people, those who are going. Everybody is going from construction labor, housemaids, nurses. The problems they are facing, mainly language problem for the housemates and for the laborers. They are simply put to work for 14 hours a day, 16 hours a day without rest. And they are asked to handle the machines, the housemaids, they are asked to handle the machines. They are not having experience with that machines, like washing machines, dishwashers, like that. So, moreover, the agents for sending them, they give false promises. Mainly, the problem starts from there. And they don't know what are the problems they are going to face them. They just want to, in the aim of earning money, they are going there. Just they will go there and face the problem. And after 1 month, they will try to come back. But the sponsor, he will not allow them to come back. He will simply say, you pay this money, then only I will send you back. And I have paid this much money to the agent also. When their family members, they will come to us. They will complain to us. They will ask for their repatriation from the country. They will say that by any means you kindly save us. But they don't know where they are. They don't know where is the place, because the family members are also illiterate. They don't know. They know that they have gone to Saudi. Because of to overcome these difficulties, now the government has introduced the legal migration, that is through e-migrate. Everything is online. Only the foreign employer, he has to register, and he will, once he registers, then only he can create a job ID and raise a demand. Then the recruitment agent, here, the registered recruitment agent, he will submit his application for the immigration clearance. Here also another hitch is that the people are going not through the legal immigration, they are just going through tourist visa or visit visa. So we are not able to locate the person where he is. But the family members will come to us saying that, please help us, save us, help us in finding our family members there and bring them back. But how the embassy people will locate them? Because we don't have any details. They are just having the numbers. So, like, another problem is death cases. There also, the government of India is facing a lot of problems. The local law, it is very strict. They will not, we have to create the exit visa in the case of persons who want to come back. In the case of dead bodies, to send back the dead bodies, we have to complete all the legal formalities to claim the death compensation. I will list all the problems, but the list is endless. We are having one other. If we solve one problem, another problem will come up. They will say, the government of India has introduced PBY, that is Pravasi Bharatiya Bima Yojana, for the benefit of the workers. But it is for only the persons who are going through the legal channel. But if they are going through illegal channel, we can't help us. But the people who, the family members of the person, they will not understand. They will simply say that these fellows are cheating us, they are not helping us. But the actual problem is, the PBY, it is a very good scheme of the government and it is helping many people. But when they go through the legal channel, then only it will be useful. But if they are not going through the legal channel, then it will be very difficult for us. Recently, another thing, that fellows who are going there, they are going through some illegal areas. If they come, they will run away from the sponsor and come to the embassy and ask for repatriation. When the embassy people ask, who is the person who helped you to come to this country for employment, they will not tell the name. They will simply say, I know somebody, I got the visa through somebody and I have come here. So if they are not telling the people, how we can take action against the person? If it is a registered recruiting agent, we are having around 1,500 recruiting agents in India. If that is why the government is trying to educate the immigrants, go to the registered recruiting agent and get the immigration through the legal channel, then only it will be possible for us to help the immigrants if they face any problem. Another case of nurses. In the nurses cases, it was a very big scam. Every now and then we are receiving complaints that the agents are charging 20 to 25 lakhs from each and every nurse and sending them, and they have to work in the condition where they, even the place where they will have been put up, it is very inhuman living, and they are not able to adjust to the situations, and they were asked to continuously work without any break. Even though in their cases also, the nurses, they are not divulging the name of the agent who has sent them. When the police went to the nurses who have come back, they will ask, no, I know a person, he has asked me and he has given me the visa, I went there. They will not tell the name. Even if they tell the name, they will say, no, I have not given any money to him. I have just given this is the main problem with. So after that only, from 2015, government has introduced immigration clearance for all the nurses. The Nurses Association and Recruitment Agents Association, now they have filed the cases against us, against the order, saying that the order you have passed is not as per the Immigration Act. And whatever you are taking, that you are saying that the only government agencies will recruit nurses, that is also not tenable under the law. The problems, you may think that I am telling you things which are not known to you, because it is not coming in the media, it is not coming in the any electronic media, nobody is highlighting. But the problem, daily we are receiving 100 to 100 complaints, and even our 10 protector of immigrants office in 10 places, they are also receiving more. The people are coming to our office to lodge complaints. We are not able to cope up with the complaints because, as I told you, we are not able to locate the person who is in foreign country. Now the government is taking action to propagate and educate the people who are going in lakhs to foreign countries about the legal channel. Still, we are facing the problem, and the problem, because of the illiteracy, the person who are going, they are not so much educated.
What kind of problems they tell you that nurses are facing it? Depending
Nurses
on
are facing, they are
construction workers, then the job specific problems which they are facing for us.
specific problems. You can say that They are saying the agreement, it is for some salary, and they are giving less than that. They are saying that you will get overtime for the extra hours working, but nothing of that kind. They will say that you will get free food, you will get free accommodation, you will get every 2 years for going back to your country. So they are not at all following that contracts. They say, and they will say that we will pay this much only. If you are ready to work here, you work here. Otherwise, you go back. By paying the amount I have spent for your coming to this country. So that is more than what he can afford. So they are forced to work there. And they are forced to work in conditions which are not suitable. They are forced to work in deserts. And construction labor, he can't work continuously for more than 10 or 12 hours. But they are forced to work. And another thing, the construction workers, they are giving him visa for technical job. But once he goes there, they are saying that we don't have any vacancy for you, this category, so you work as a construction labor or work as a, go to the farms and work as a farm labor. And our laborers who has gone to earn money, they don't have any option. So they simply work there without any break and tell the members of their family they want to come back. So their family members, they come to us saying that we want, kindly help my family member to come back to India, and they are giving money to the agents by taking loan. So the problems are, if I list the problems now, it will go on. There is no end.
Take your time, sir. You want to know about the problems, about suicide and all that.
Especially legal aspects.
And about suicide, so many persons are committing suicides.
So I can say that, one case, that is one girl, she is a graduate, and these fellows, the illegal agents, they told her that you will be going there, working there as a computer operator. So she went there, but actually what happened, the computer operator work is in a house. It is not in a company. So that owner, he asked her to all the menial works, like a housemaid only. And after that, what happened, we don't know. She committed suicide. You won't believe, the government took 7 months to bring back the body. She committed suicide. The suicide cases, it is in increase during the last 5 years. Previously it was not like that, because they are forced to suicide. They don't have any option. They can't come back also. They don't have the money to pay to the agent to come back. They don't have the money to pay to the sponsor to come back to the India. So that is why the government is again and again propagating that you should come, you should go through only the legal channel. That legal channel will help you in all the ways. Even the labor laws, which is very strict in Gulf countries, they are not able to help them. Because these fellows they don't have any legal documents. If they have legal documents, then that country also will help that country's government. They are very good and they are following the rules. But without legal documents, they can't follow the rules also, and labor codes. In many cases, labor court has given compensation. They have asked, recently 3-4 companies in Saudi Arabia completely become bankrupt. But the government has given money to the companies to pay the salaries to the 3 or 4 companies. The government has given millions of rupees to the companies to pay the salaries. And you might have seen in the papers, more than 1 lakh people have been returned to India with the help of Government of India. Government of India has spent money to bring all the persons. And another thing also, Iraq, where the government has banned for people to go in there. But still the people are going there. 400 nurses were repatriated from Iraq. But they are saying that we don't want to come back to India because we have taken loan of 20 lakhs and we don't want to come back. If we come back without earning anything, then the person who has given me loan, he will cut me. So they have to face that also. They say, we don't want to come back to India, let us die or let us do whatever it may be, we will stay in Iraq only.
And the bodies are lying over there, so many persons. People say it is 1,000 bodies.
So that much information I can't. But
But
many
bodies are lying in there.
bodies are lying in the
Because of
mortuaries.
poverty, they are not able to bring them.
No, that government is giving. That is not the thing. Government are, but due to legal hurdles, we are not in a position to bring back the dead bodies.
What kind of bodies?
I can't.
As Surinanji explained, legal hurdles include specific cases when there is a case going on against that particular individual who has expired or who has committed suicide. Till that case is resolved in the local court, the body cannot be allowed to be flown out of that country. This is one small problem. And if he has had a fight with fellow workers, some crime has been committed, even then there is a delay. So these are small legal hurdles which we face in Gulf countries. I thank Suri Narayanji for giving us details about the plight of Indian workers in Gulf area. Now I would request Justice Justice MC Garg to give memento to Shri Suri Narayanji.
Sir, can you give a feedback, sir? Sir, can there be question, answer and feedback?
Later on we'll have open session.
Just after, not after this?
Yeah, after, no, not exactly after every speaker, but after the session.
Because I had been a worker in Gulf, so I can...
Great, we'll have your views, sir, that's great.
I have to leave, that is my problem.
I'm sure you will not cross it now.
No, no, I was not, but I want to leave immediately so that, because I have some other commitments. So I just require 3 minutes.
You can ask your question straight away.
Okay. That is not question. I can give the solutions.
सर अभी फ्लोट हो जाएगा प्रोग्राम का फिर.
अच्छा ठीक है. Okay.
Plight of Indian workers के ऊपर बहुत सी बातें हैं. Workers pay huge sums of money to recruiting agents to get a job abroad, but because of the kafala system which is prevalent in Gulf, migrants workers' visas are tied to their employees so that they cannot change the job without the consent of employer. They are abused, physically tortured, and kept without food for days. They are kept in miserable camps with no basic amenities. Saudi Arabia has got one more problem. Before anyone can leave their country, they have got to obtain no objection certificate from employer, and if he doesn't give, the person is stuck. I would now like to invite Ambassador Mutkal to present his views to us. Ambassador Mutkal, sir, please.
Good morning to all of you. First, let me admit, I was not supposed to speak. So I'm speaking on behalf of one of my colleagues, Ambassador Akar, who was supposed to speak today and couldn't come. He is in fact an expert in Gulf matters. I would rather say a few words on general strengths that we have in terms of a provider of skilled or unskilled, or other categories of workers, in fact. You see, India has been a source of workers world over for very long, in fact. The story can go back to many centuries, but even if you look at the recent past, since I was in Mauritius, I must mention when large number of Indians were taken as farm workers by the British, and before that by the French under the indentured arrangement. That was about something about 200 years ago. And then during the British rule, in fact, a lot of people moved for various reasons. And then after independence, we had different spells of movement of Indian workers. There was a huge movement to Gulf of our skilled and semi-skilled and sometimes unskilled workers. And a little later we had what is called the movement of technically skilled people. That was the information IT experts and our doctors and nurses. So they went mainly to the North American region and to Europe. Then we have what is called our Indian investors who went abroad. There are countries where you have Indian investors. They have set up companies and factories and manufacturing units. In some places, these are cultural movements. So today, as a result, in fact, even if we look at more recent movement, I think we have about 25 million Indian origin people abroad. You go to any part of the world, I have moved to Europe, Latin America, Africa, and other parts of the world. Wherever you go, you find Indians there. They may be experts, they may be teachers, they may be doctors, engineers, scientists, they may be labor workers in different categories. Now, when you have 25 million people abroad, spread over different countries, I'm sure there will be problems. In the same manner as you have problems, if you have large numbers in any given place, you would have problems. And that's what happens to Indians when they go abroad. So different places have different kinds of problems. For example, when I was in Europe, or talking of North America, because I was in Mexico, that was the route for people to go to the US. That is a very different kind of movement. That is a very different kind of movement compared to Gulf. So when you're talking to the Indian diaspora in US and in Europe, they are qualitatively very different people, in fact. If I discount those undocumented Indians who have gone to North America and Europe. But when you talk to diaspora in Gulf, it's a very different diaspora you talk to. Now, when it comes to the problem, because today I am sure we are more interested in the problems the diaspora faces. The problems are, in fact, on both sides. The problems because of the problems there, and the problems because of the problems here. And when the problem begins, as soon as a worker or an Indian starts thinking of going abroad and working there. Now, in case they don't pay attention to why they are going, where they are going, what are their obligations, what are the obligations of the employer, if they blindly take a flight and go, definitely they will have problems. So the first stage of handling the problem is here. Anybody who goes abroad to work, do they know what kind of situation they are going to face? What are their contractual obligations? What kind of salary has been agreed to? What are the working conditions which have been agreed to? Do they know these things? Believe me, other than the technically qualified IT experts and doctors and engineers, most of the labor that goes to Gulf especially, they are not properly educated about where they are going, why they are going, what they will do, and what are their obligations. they are recruited by agents in India, and sometimes they don't share the entire information with them. They are taken to different parts of Gulf, and then since the worker has no idea what he was going to do, there is no properly approved contract which can be enforced through code of law. When they go there, they are forced then to accept whatever is offered there. And that is where the problem begins. So, their working hours, their salaries, their living conditions, their living quarters, their movement restrictions, all those problems they face. So much so that from many countries, even if they want to come back to India, they cannot come back to India. Because they need what is called an exit visa. Now, it's a strange thing. They need an exit visa to leave their country, to come to their own motherland, in fact. And in most of the cases, these employers, they keep their travel documents with them. The minute they take flight or they reach their destination, they take their passports, in fact. Now, can you imagine a worker who is not properly trained, educated, and his only document of identity, his passport, is also taken away by the employer? Now, these fellows then literally become helpless there in the hands of those people. Then they exploit them left, right, and center. Be these the nurses or the domestic workers or the labor working on different construction projects. Now, when it comes to the government of India, which I was working till about 6 months ago, we are, as my previous speaker mentioned, we are constantly flooded with those complaints by the workers and their families and the other contact people, in fact. And most of these problems have already been created. So nobody contacts us before taking on that journey. But once they get into the problem, then we get to know, oh my God, this problem is occurring. Right? We have, in fact, the government has, though I am not really speaking on behalf of the government now because I am not part of the government, but from my experience, I can tell you, the government has put in place a lot of measures which are both preventive in nature and are curative in nature, which means preventive, can we do something to prevent the problem from arising, and if a problem arises, how best we can handle it. So there are measures taken